Hello everyone and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. Today we are here talking about the solar eclipse in the sign of Aries. This is occurring on the 8th of April of 2024. Hold on to your hats here, folks. This is a big one. Number one, the solar eclipse itself is always a very spectacular, if you can see it, astronomical event, right? It's like the fire in the sky kind of energy. Way back in, before they understood astrology, way back in medieval times and things, whenever there was an eclipse, it was like the end of the world, right? The end of times. Of course, we don't look at it quite that way these days, although eclipses can be very unpredictable and they can bring things out of the woodwork. Expect the unexpected whenever we do have eclipse energy, because pretty much anything goes. We can have endings, we can have new beginnings, we can have surprises, we can have joyous occasions and joyous things that come out of nowhere. We can also have things coming out of the woodwork. And so things that have been forgotten about, or things that maybe someone neglected. If you think of your workplace, maybe something comes up from 2 years ago that some old employee never took care of properly, and now here it is. Somehow you have to deal with it. So things like that can very much come up at eclipses. The eclipses can also bring about fated events and just things that are kind of meant to happen, or things that kind of put you right back on your destined path. Now, this particular one, this is going to happen on April 8th of 2024. Pacific Standard Time is 11:20 a.m. is when that full effect of that eclipse is. 2:20 p.m. Eastern time, okay. But check your clocks, check your calendar, check, NASA or something like that to see where and when yours is going to be visible the most. Make sure that you do view eclipses with a little bit of safety in mind, though, because we don't want to burn your retinas out or anything like that. Make sure you do have proper glasses to watch it. Now, new moons themselves bring new beginnings. A solar eclipse is like a new moon on steroids. So there could be a new beginning somewhere in your life coming about because of this eclipse. Now, this eclipse does trigger a whole cycle. Normally, this cycle does end in about 6 months, because it usually culminates with the full moon in Aries, usually in October, right, is when we have the next eclipse season. This one's a little strange because we actually don't get another full moon in the sign of Aries until the spring, because the eclipse in October of 2024 is actually going to be in Pisces. So very interesting kind of energy there. So this is a long, drawn out new beginning event, which can actually give you some more time to, get things done or get things started, or start to see some progress. This is also conjunct Chiron. Chiron is known as the wounded healer, so this is a perfect time to heal old wounds, whether they're personal, emotional, whether it's something in your career, something in your relationships, right? So this can help us heal some insecurities, some fears, right? And so it's a huge opportunity for healing and having a fresh start. So it is really quite exciting. This is also occurring, there's a lot going on. There's also occurring at the time of a Mercury retrograde. Retrogrades are a time to take a step back, reflect, regroup, renew, reassess, and reevaluate things in our lives. It can also be a time where we can gain some clarity and insights, because we are having a look back at something, or we are double checking something over. We can get the answers that we've been looking for, and sometimes we can have a second chance at something here, whether it's a second chance to start something new, or a second chance to heal something and release it and let it go. This eclipse is happening at 19 degrees. If you know your astrological birth chart, and if you have any personal planets between 17 and 21 degrees, you're going to feel this the most, but have no fear. This is going to impact us all. Reflect back to the solar eclipse that we had in 2023. There may be some things that have played out for you, or maybe there's something that you've forgotten about and you're like, you know what? I'm going to try this again. I'm going to give myself a second chance to start something fresh, or to kind of turn over a new page, turn over a new leaf. That was a doozy of an eclipse last year, of course, because we also had a square to Pluto, right? So that was that was a tricky one, that one. And it really did kickstart a lot of massive changes. I know that I had a lot of massive changes last year, especially through the summer when Venus went retrograde in the sign of Leo. That was not a good time. So, this can be where some things have kind of played out for you, or there may be still some things going on. But this is going to be a very interesting one as well. A couple of days after this eclipse, okay, on April 11th, we have a Mercury cazimi. So a cazimi is, the word cazimi means in the heart of the sun. This is where we can get a mental breakthrough, new visions of the future. This is where we can plant new seeds of intentions. Fresh truths might be revealed, and this can actually bring you some good luck. So the cazimi can actually be a really good time to set intentions to manifest some things into your life. But whatever your situation is, this is going to be a fiery eclipse. It's going to be intense, but it's very closely linked with the sun, so it can be very creative, very energetic. If you've been feeling stuck in a rut, this might be where you get the energy boost you need to get things started and to really get some action going, right? Follow your passion, your goals, your dreams. You might be filled with a little bit more positivity than you were previously. And it's not that we don't have some bumpy astrology coming in as well, because we do, but this is probably going to give you a little bit more of a positive vibe to overcome things or to make those little changes that you want to make. So having said that, let's get into your cards and let's pull out cards for your sign. So for you, Capricorn, you could be very much centered and focused around your home at this time. This eclipse is occurring in your fourth astrological house, ruled by the moon, and it brings Cancerian energy. So nurturing your home, building a solid foundation with where you live, with the people in your life, with your family, with your children. It's a very nurturing energy that comes in with this particular one. So you could be at this time doing a little bit of boring spring cleaning. Perhaps you're looking at where you live and making some changes in that regard, buying a new house or moving to a new neighborhood, signing a lease, those kinds of things. You could have some changes happening about who you live with. You could have one of your children coming back home. Right, eclipses plus retrograde equals something coming back. So maybe one of your children has been out in college or university or something, or they have, embarked into the big wild world on their own, and now they're like, oh my God, I need help. It's really hard out here, which yes, it is. So they could be coming back home for some reason. You could be experiencing some changes with one of your parents as well. Perhaps moving to a bigger house so that you can have an in-law suite down below, especially if your parents are getting a little bit older. You could be moving in with a parent to take care of them, right? So it's a very caring, a very nurturing kind of energy here, all about your home and your private life. So a little change in there. Now with the eclipses, okay, I do have to say there could be something very exciting and something very surprising or shocking. So, there could be like a surprise pregnancy or a birth announcement, or perhaps you're making a decision to start a family or add to your existing family as well. But this does deal with your private life. So since eclipses can sometimes reveal something, there could be some sort of revelation in your family unit as well. Perhaps you could be digging into your ancestry. Also, maybe you need to know some of your family history for medical reasons, or maybe you're just curious about where you come from. So you could be ordering one of those DNA kits things that they do. I think genealogically, I'm not sure how they work, but You could be ordering one of those, or maybe you're doing something old school and just putting together your family tree on your own. Or I think there's like ancestry.com or something. I'm not sure how it works. I think a whole bunch of people have to be on it or something for it to work properly. I'm not sure. But anyways, but you could be digging into some family history at this time. And I have to chuckle a little bit because this can be where you might dig up some family secret. All right. And it could be something really old. It could be, but it could be something really exciting or really enlightening. And you're like, wow, I didn't know that. And it's interesting how family secrets come up. So focus on the positive. We've got new moon energy coming in here right for you. Now this is bringing in a Sagittarian vibe. Sagittarian vibe is about the big picture, is about keeping an open mind and open hearts, where we gain wisdom and insights and clarity on things here as well. This is also focusing on freedom, moving forward, following a passionate goal or a dream and making something happen for yourself, right? And it's an expansion energy here. So focus on the positive. Where do you want to go? If you're not where you want to be right now, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What do you want to change? What is your desired outcome for something? If you're met with some sort of bump in the road, right? Where do you see something changing and evolving to get you to that state where you're going to be happy and pleased with, things that are going on around you? And again, we do have some family stuff coming up here. We do have some stuff around your home, right? So, maybe you're in a situation where you discover that your pipe has burst or something like that. Well, you can sit there and, cry in a pool of water, or you can do something about it. Right. So sometimes we need to kind of dig a little bit deep, therefore, to really see the positive out of a negative, or to turn a negative into a positive. So whatever your situation is, focus on the positive, because wherever we focus our energy and our attention, that is what is going to expand, grow, and manifest in our lives. So whatever your situation is, focus on the positive. Oh, hello. We have the Tower coming in here for you guys. Explosive. Got the Empress. And we have the Devil in reverse. Okay. So if we're ever going to get the, wow, look at your energy. Jeepers. Okay, this is a big one. So we have 3 cards, 3 major arcana, fated events going on here, surprises, unexpected changes. And let me tell you, we've got the Tower, we've got the Empress. Okay, this can be a surprise pregnancy, a surprise engagement, something revealing, something shocking can come in here for you here with this. But with the Devil energy in reverse, if you're ever going to get the Devil, it's going to be, you want it in either a blessings position or in the reverse, right? So this can be where something that someone has been obsessing over, finally they get some movement, some traction. This can be where, you might have an opportunity that comes up to leave a controlling or a negative situation. We're breaking change. We're breaking bonds here with this Devil in reverse. We're seeing things clearly. We're seeing the truth of things, and we are taking back control, because the Devil in the upright represents, number one, our fears, our doubts, our worries, our insecurities, right? The things that live in our shadow. The Devil also represents the things that tempt us, our bad habits and patterns and behaviors that have, we may try sometimes to change, but ultimately feel that we can't, or we feel a lack of willpower. So where there's a lack of willpower, you're gaining your power. Where there is a bad habit, you're turning it into a good habit. Where there has been something that you've been obsessed over, there's a release of that coming in here. So with that Devil card, you could be letting someone go, letting something go, or you are seeing why something has previously happened in your life, and now you're seeing the positive aspects of it, and you could be experiencing some wisdom there in that. Okay. You could also be in this energy really making some positive changes in your home life, in your relationships, all kinds of things, because that Devil does kind of keep us a little bit tied down sometimes there. And I feel like here you might be recognizing where you need to change, or where you have been going around in circles and repeating the same things over and over again. So you're taking back your mojo, you're making change, you're letting something go, and you're becoming a little bit more open-minded, a little bit more creative. Now, there could be a catalyst moment coming in here. You, my friends, are the only sign so far to get the Tower. Now, the Tower is Mars energy. And what season are we in? Aries season. Who is the ruler of Aries? Mars. So in this energy, really expect the unexpected. The Tower always comes in for our best and highest good, but the Tower card comes in quite often as some information, an epiphany, a revelation, some clarity that can kind of rock our world a little bit or get us unstuck. All right, the Tower is where something needs to be destroyed or needs to be released so that we can make space for something better to come in, or make space for something a little bit more in alignment with who we are and what we want, some better vibes and better times ahead. This can be where, we do have a catalyst moment for change. The Tower brings sudden, unexpected news, events, or change in your life. Sometimes the Tower card, when we get some information, it feels like the end of the world. Okay, it quite often isn't, but it feels that way. It's something, think about some, if you were to discover something, right? The Devil card, maybe if you are digging deep into your ancestry, maybe you do discover something that, it's like, oh, that's quite scandalous. It's not going to affect you necessarily in your modern present day because no one cares anymore because it was 100 years ago, but it could be that revelation that you find and you're like, oh man, it's quite unexpected, right? But there can be some exciting things that happen with the Tower card here as well. So again, surprise and revelation, something exciting, some really good news, right? The Tower isn't always negative. It does just bring in something that we didn't quite expect, but ultimately our intuition often already showed us that there's something going on. We have singularity coming in here. You are your own sun, moon, and stars, all right? Believe in yourself. Embrace your own personal power, okay? Remember, you, okay, are important as well in some of this energy. Take care of your own self and do what is right for you, but remember how powerful and strong you are. And there is your final message. I seek balance and grounding. Okay, we're going to be very important at this moon, especially with all this heavy hitter energy that you've got coming out here. Okay, finding grounding, protecting your energy. The Empress, connect with nature, can be really positive for you, but this can be a time of growth and expansion for you. And as we do grow and expand and find new opportunities, right, we do quite often have to embrace some change. But the Tower, remember, comes in when we're stuck. And now we're getting unstuck. So very interesting energy there for you guys. All right. So expect the unexpected, ground and protect your energy, and embrace the power of this eclipse. So I thank you guys for watching. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please do like, share, and subscribe. One more thing, make sure that you do know that this energy is not necessarily just going to happen right on eclipse day. Okay, it's going to be something that does unfold through time, especially with the power of these energies. All right. So I hope you guys have a wonderful eclipse, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.